Positive first. What did you take out of that positive?
Oh, the positive is we saw greater growth from last week to this week. We're obviously chasing some small wins within our sort of system. Obviously the scoreboard doesn't, to the external doesn't show that, but we definitely saw some wins within our game today. We're chasing an identity of playing some front half football. I think we had 13 or 14 more inside 50s than last week, and we saw the larger parts of the game in the second and third quarter that we had those moments. Unfortunately for us, they know they scored quickly on us, which is an area that we know that we got to look at and keep reviewing. Yeah, definitely some good learnings, and our young players are getting some great exposure. Today we had Locke Robinson out there, Harry Barnett, Noah Long obviously in his second year, Harley Reid in his second game for the club. The list goes on. So we're getting some exposure to those young players, and that's what we're chasing as part of the small wins.
Jarrad, to see his game and the adjustments.
Yeah, no, obviously once again his second game in, he's been playing a bit of midfield and sort of behind the ball at half back, and even spent some time down deep in our forward line. So look, I think he grew into the game again. We know that he's a bit of a bull when he gets going in the contest, and I think he showed obviously his talents once again. But he's learning a new system within our structure, and we thought he performed really well.
You changed a few things with how you used him today?
Yeah, as I said, we played him inside, played a little bit probably more half back, and then in the second half we put him forward.
But Ruckman, unfortunately, Matt Flair, brother, on for all you guys today. How do you sort of look to back there going into round one?
Yeah, well, once again, Coleman Livingston got an exposure, Harry Barnett, Callum Jamison got time in the ruck, and obviously Bailey Williams led the ruck. But probably for lesser portions in the ruck with Bailey, we were looking at other things to get exposure to our young ruckman. And with Flinny out, it just means there's opportunity for others. But as a midfield unit, they've got to support our rucks as well, knowing that that we might not get the ruck dominance that we're chasing, but what they can do is compete at ground level.
Do you have an ideal combination in your minds at the moment as to who will go into round one, Bailey Williams and which other one?
Look, we've got a couple of weeks to sort that out. Bailey shouldered a fair amount of the ruck load last year. We'll look at him, but once again, we've been exploring with these young ruckmen to see how that looks.
Back early in the appearances, but he's came back really strong through Tim Elliott and Harley as he's got up. You must be pleased with their response.
Yeah, definitely. They jumped us, and I think it was -12 at one stage with clearance differential, which is not great. Puts our backs under a lot of pressure. And as I said before, the small wins that we saw within the periods that we were doing well is when we were doing really well around the clearances, around the contests. We were holding our own, and we're actually winning clearance. So that's an area that we're always chasing, and we've got to be better again.
How do you think you placed in general?
Is that sorry?
How do you think you placed in general for the season?
How do I?
How do you think
Yeah.
you placed in general for the season?
How do I think we're placed? Well, I think we're heading in the right direction. We know what sort of phase of our development that we're in. I think by round one we should have about 6 or 7 back into the side, and we've been able to expose some of the younger fellas that probably at the start of pre-season probably weren't in our sights to be playing. I think we're in a better position than what we thought we would be, and we're looking forward to getting, say, 6 or 7 back by round one.
Injury-wise today, got out okay, no major concerns or anything?
Yeah, as far as I know, we had a couple of guys that sort of got rested in the last quarter, in Doug and McGovern, Witherden I think for a little bit, but generally I think we're pretty healthy, but obviously the boys are doing medical now.
Well, those guys are coming back. It's going Oscar, Brockman,
Yep.
Jimmy. Do you just think that will be definitely back in the team?
Yeah, you'd think so. Yeah, you'd think they'd be right. Oscar probably could have played today, but obviously just managed one of our senior players. But you'd like to think that in a couple of weeks we should have those players pushing for selection.
Jerry McGovern came back inside today early on, probably helped us in the game with his defensive efforts. Must be pleased with that in 3 quarters.
Yeah, it just shows how important he is to our side, and with Jack Darling as well, in our forward line. So yeah, super important.
Just ask you a bit off topic. This is now opening round 8, round 1. You guys sort of it's a bit strange that the season starts and you guys are sitting there watching it, or?
Not really. It's a good concept, obviously, by the AFL. The quicker we get the season going, the better. I suppose while the NRL are over in America, the AFL will seize the opportunity to keep growing our game.
How do you plan to spend next week internally?
Well, it's too early to say, but we'll definitely be training hard and we'll get ready for round one.